Thank you for tuning in to CWHipHop's podcast. We just got done with the live show here, going live.
Took a little intermission.
We have a guest in today. We have Zildjian. Thank you for tuning in.
I'm here.
I'm live on set.
Yeah, we just got done with the live show asking a few questions, but now we're actually going to do the interview portion of it. I'm your host, DJ bvnc, a.k.a. Bank. Co-host here, we have
Garke in the building.
Yes,
Garke, where can we find you at?
Any platform, just look up Garke, Garke, or on Instagram, it's more specific. It's Garke Gains, Garke Gainz.
You can find me on Instagram at bvnc9to5. And Zil, where can the listener find you at?
Zilbro on Instagram, Zilbro, and I'm on YouTube, Zildjian. Zil is Zildjian.
Zildjian.
But Instagram has everything, so there you go.
We're going to get more into things, where to follow you and what you got coming up. So make sure you go follow him on social medias. Let's just get right into it right away. So the first question I wanted to ask you is about your name. Just because Zildjian, it is, I think it's a band equipment
It's
company
a
as well?
symbol. Symbols,
It's
right?
symbols, right?
Yeah, it's a Turkish name. It's a Turkish.
Okay.
So it's the oldest symbol company, and they're the sovereign symbol or whatever. And the reason I'm named Zildjian is because of music and how much it's impacted, my dad's life, my mother's life, and everything. And it's a Turkish name, and I never understood how impactful it was and what it really what the influence could be until I got a little bit older, and I realized that I have a purpose that I need to manifest. I need to start taking these opportunities, and I've always felt like I had a fire in me that I needed to fulfill, and so I can't wait to see what these next 5 years bring, man. I really can't, and it's awesome. But yeah, Zildjian, I couldn't pick a different name ever. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at all. When I was like,
You don't regret it?
no, when I was little, people be like, why are you named Zildjian? Or substitute teachers would call me Zildjian or whatever. But
I'll be honest, I had a hard time saying
Yeah,
when we first got you on.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was that growing up with it? I guess just kind of going through school and life and all. I mean, not that it's uncommon, but it's...
At first it was like...
Wait, that's your actual name, though?
Yeah, it's my biological name. So
Oh, see, I think we were talking about that one time because we were like, would he ever get copyrighted? from the
Yeah.
brand name and then his name?
Initially.
Yeah.
But I
Initially, I
don't
thought
think
you
so
were-
because it's your actual name.
Yeah, I thought
don't think it
about
would
that
work.
too. I don't think it could.
I don't think they could do that.
But,
You'd get overruled or some shit.
right, and so when I was growing up though, when I first, people would see it and they'd be like, what, and it kind of gave me I didn't like it at first. My name is Zildjian, what? But soon after, I would get people here and there, they'd be like, yo, I love your name, I love teachers, and here and there'd be enough breath points where I would get a deep breath and be like, okay, yeah, that is cool. And then after I got hit, I was in third grade or something, people started to embrace it more, I guess. But people in school are always gonna be super mean though.
They are.
And you gotta understand that they're gonna be super immature and come at you at anything they can. And so if anybody's still in school that's listening, just know you just gotta know people come out of pocket and they don't even know at the time because they're so immature. You just can't listen to anybody really in high school and stuff unless they have your best interest.
Listen to yourself.
And if you know they have your best interest, if you really know, but it's man, the world's an evil place nowadays, man.
Yeah, that's one thing though. I've seen a lot with artists. Kid Chiefy we just had in, he was kind of telling us a similar story. Mm-hmm. He was in high school. I think it was high school. Yeah. Getting made fun of for a song he had released.
Yeah.
The whole music video. And
Music video, everything. It was all done, and people were making fun of him for making music, and he took it down.
He actually deleted it.
He actually impacted him so much that he was just nah, man, I'm just gonna take that thing down because his peers were all on him.
And it's because they don't understand what that there's a lot of levels. You go through certain stages, and they don't see that and see the vision and how many stages or whatever. So it's it's sad to see when that happens because it's come on, you guys. I remember when I made songs, and I'm not proud. I'm not proud of my beginning ones, really. I was at the time, of course, but you know how it goes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting. It's really...
We've grown as an artist.
Yeah, it's really quite a trip. It really is. And life itself is a trip. You don't need no drugs to figure that out, man. It is definitely a hell of a ride. But it's like, yeah, man, I really am happy seeing what you guys have been doing with this. Like, seriously, I see you guys out here working hard and encapsulating Wisconsin in the right way, and it's something that I know is going to continue to go upwards, and I see you guys doing great things, and I actually am blessed to be a part of it. So I thank you for having me here
Without
today.
the artists, we would be nothing. So we're blessed to have you.
We're so thankful that you're able to make music and share with us. Like,
Exactly.
we really
would have no platform. We would have nothing to really push if we didn't have artists.
Yes, I agree.
Really, we're banking on artists being willing to share their music with us, to play for them. Like, we really didn't know how it was going to be taken. I know when Mason and I were first approaching a few artists in the area, he's like, man, your approach is weird. Like, don't bring me into it, like, right away. Like, it might just seem like we're just trying to promote his music. But then as we started thinking about it, it was like, well, I mean, if we're promoting him, like, can't we also promote everybody with it?
Yep.
And it's been a really, like, turning point of, like, some people want to do it on their own.
Yep.
Some people can, but I think it's easier for everybody if you, like, just kind of have everybody's back and share their stuff. Like, the bigger network we have within
The more we
socials,
work together, like, the more we're going to grow. That's just how that goes.
Yeah. So, I mean, as much as we work on it all, I mean, it's also a big majority of everybody who's involved. Like, we can only do so much, but if we had 3 followers on social media and nobody shared anything, I mean, we'd probably quit. So we owe as much thing to everybody who's listening.
I don't give up.
And Ty would be keep going until he's like,
I'd get 5 followers. I would get to 5 real soon.
It's something there was something I was going to say, but I forgot. But, yeah, it really is something. Oh, I was going to say, isn't it something how as your vision, like, you have a vision, right? But as you're going, how it transforms as you start to get opportunities you never thought would come your way, and as, you know, you meet people that you never thought you'd meet and stuff, and it's insane.
Are you kidding me?
Do we've made crazy connections just even in the last couple months?
The connections I've gotten in the last. It's ridiculous.
It's wild. It really is, man.
It's the universe, like, rewards you when you're when you're staying focused and making moves, and it's kind of crazy to see how, like,
kind of falls in place.
Things just come they start coming your way when you're going in the same direction.
Yeah.
You pass. I feel like people pass up so many, like, they don't even know that it's an opportunity, but they pass it up in their daily life. They don't because they're not looking for opportunity. I saw a post on Facebook the other day. It might sound cheesy, but if you're always looking for a red car, you're gonna see a lot of red cars. If you're always looking for the negative reason to look at something, you're always gonna see the negative reason. If you're always looking for opportunity, you're always gonna find opportunity.
That's
just gotta keep looking for opportunity.
Yeah. Seriously. I was gonna say, yeah, that goes right hand in hand with, like, if you have an aim and you really know what it is and you define that, everything you do is going to point in that direction. It's going to start if you really are sincere, and you know, I believe God sees that. God will see that, and he will start to throw you opportunities. And if you want to take them and you want to manifest what you are destined to you're destined to do here as a human and everything, you know, you can do it, and you can reach the sky's the limit. I believe that. So it's like, I don't know, it's crazy because that's the thing, and that's why I love music. That's why I started to get into it, is because there's no limits at all.
I kind of want to keep going.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, there's no limits, like, with anything you want to do with it, whether you want to be, you can be yourself with it, is really what's awesome, to be honest. Yeah.
So somebody who is listening might not be making music. We touched on it a little bit with your name. Like, you were just kind of like, it was your calling, with your name being Zildjian. But kind of explain to the listener, how did you start making music? Do you remember a turning point? Do you remember what you started with? People you were working with?
What inspired you to do it and motivated you to keep going? Because I know for a fact, just me creating anything like videos or streams, there's a lot of times when I started, it was very, like, discouraging, and, like, I almost wanted to stop because it's like, well, nothing's coming from this.
So I started playing music there was a drum set my dad had, and he put it down in the basement. It was one of his friends had this really nice drum set that he didn't have a place to store it, so it was down in the basement. And my dad had played drums and sang and did things in bands and stuff, so he didn't really play on it much though, so I would bang on it, and he taught me a few things on it, so I would play drums. So I started music from my dad and everything, and I was inspired by that. But the day I started to make music, I started to write down lyrics and rap and like have an inspiration to do that and like be a songwriter, is when I listened to Mac Miller for the first time. And that was my older sister showed me him when I was in 5th grade. And I remember watching that Knock Knock video and everything.
Dude,
yeah,
that slaps.
And yes, it does. And I remember I watched it and I liked it. And something told me, go back to it. So I did, and then I saw that he had Donald Trump out, I think. And the Donald Trump one was the one that inspired me to actually write. Okay. I didn't get inspired right away when I watched like Knock Knock, because even though that's amazing and that's awesome, but I had to listen to Donald Trump and everything, and then I was like, I want to do that. So I found the beat, actually. I wrote something to it, and it wasn't really good or nothing. It was all right, whatever, but I got discouraged, and so I kind of stopped. And then so that was 5th grade. Then in 8th grade, I was playing football, and something ticked in me. I forget what it was. Like, I think the coach would like say like he would have speeches. Coach would. Mr. Senorowski was his name. He would
shout out Mr. Senorowski.
Yeah, shout out. Swear to God, like he would have speeches, and he would say like inspiring ass shit, and like he would have poems maybe here and there or something. But something, I forgot what it was, but he said something where he's like, you gotta just triple down on what you feel you need to do. And I remember thinking back to me feeling like good writing to Mac and stuff or whatever, and like so I decided to pick it back up. And I remember hearing a Tyga beat. He had a song with Honey Cocaine, her name is, and it's called, what's that song name? I loved the beat though. I remember hearing it and I was like, I'm just gonna write a song to this. So I did, and then I just kept going from there. And actually, one of the reasons why I started to rap too was after, in 8th grade, when I started to write again, one of the reasons was that summer before I went into 8th grade. That's it. It's Heisman part 2. Yeah. But one of the summer before going into 8th grade, before I started to rap or whatever, I remember I was hanging out with some older kids and some friends that I would hang out with all the time. And that summer, I just met them and stuff, and they had all of us freestyle, and nobody really wanted to freestyle, but I just did. And it was half-assed, and it wasn't that good, but it was like, they were like, you know what? You should try that. And so I remembered that stuck in my head. Mm-hmm. So when I went and I got inspired when I was playing football or whatever, I decided to pick it up again. That gave me fuel to like keep going. Yeah, so it's interesting how little points in time like give you a breath of air or whatever, like, and that's like, that throws oxygen on the fire of your ambition. Yep. And it's like, it's crazy how once you dial in and get that balance right in your life, and you really dig deep and find what you want to do and triple down on and who you are, and then you can really start to elevate
and
yourself.
Find those opportunities like we were saying before. Yeah, I
seek
understand
that out. And it's like we said before, honestly, when we were doing that before, like we were saying
in the live show or what?
Yeah, in the live show, we were saying how, the sky's the limit, and if you really want those opportunities, like, you're gonna get them. Yeah, you're gonna get them. Like, they're gonna come your way. You were just talking about it a little bit.
We were just talking about it a little bit ago.
Too,
yeah.
But there was another point we said in the live show I was trying to go at, but
it's all good.
I think one thing that I want to pull from what you were just saying is, even if you start, like, you don't have to finish it all in one go, but like you kind of took a break, came back to it, and I think you had like life to live, and you had a little more experience. And even if you start, you don't have to be Drake by the end. Like, you can take
it's
a break.
A marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. So with keep going back to Kid Chiefy, he was saying the same thing. He started making music 16, 18, stopped for 2 years and just picked it up again recently. Like he took that break, and he's pretty good. Like I actually
sometimes you need that though. Like it's almost like like he was saying, a breath of fresh air. You get that inspiration again, and it's like it solidifies even more. Because it's like if you say you like music, and then it's like you take that break and you come back to it. It almost like it's like I said, just use solidify as the word. Like it's imprinted in you then.
Yeah.
And you're gonna keep coming back to it because it's something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And if it's destined, if it's really supposed to be on your path as what like you're supposed to do maybe or whatever, then it's going to keep coming back to you.
And the opportunities will keep presenting themselves.
I was gonna say, so then when I in 8th grade or whatever, I started to rap. I did a 20-minute freestyle. Like I did this
20 minutes.
So that was my like first thing. I got really good on trying to do that 20-minute freestyle. My gains, if you will, was in that those 3 months of like getting that down and getting that done. And I had like I would just freestyle and I would just get clips that I wanted and shit like. And I got my freestyling game down pretty good and. That had I excelled a lot during doing that. And then after that, I released that. And then I remember I wanted to do a mixtape. So I made like 8 songs, did a mixtape. I really focused on that a lot. That was like a 3-month thing, a 4-month thing maybe. And then after that, I released that in June of 2014. And then I didn't release any music. Like I didn't release anything till like 2016 then. I didn't even really make much music. I was in like... I remember I started to smoke weed around then, and I would like, I would start to like rap, and I would write music, and I would get really good stuff, but I really wouldn't like focus enough, and I realized that you can overdo anything, and you can get lost in the sauce with anything, but like. At that time though I studied lyricism a lot. I would listen to Biggie a lot. I would listen to like there was a couple KRS-One, like Rakim. I studied like all the rhyme schemes. I was obsessed with like lyricism and actually double entendres, triple entendres, wordplay, all that. And I actually got obsessed with that. So when I started recording in like 2016 again and actually going at it a little more, then I really had sharpened my craft a lot hip hop, and I was only doing hip hop so I really didn't start recording again though and making music that I was really proud of though till it was like 2016, late 2016, 2017, and now today I'm not like super proud. I hate to use the word proud too because like
you're not very satisfied.
Yeah, because pride is the devil, bro. Like, I swear. And J. Cole I saw he made it. When did he make that, bro? Like, that just released with his album and everything? Yeah.
I think we went down to 404 Takeover. That was that weekend. 414, sorry.
Yeah.
It was that weekend because
we
March?
drove home. March 14th.
Yeah, March 14th. That's when that came out. So yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love that song. That's the only one to be honest, that I've listened to, and I need to listen to the rest of the album because all respect to J. Cole and everybody that's out there actually meaning something with what they say. I mean that with all that I'm saying because like I get inspired by that, and actually that's what we need to start doing is let's start actually promoting a good message and not just glorifying all this BS that we just like come on. I know that we've lived crazy lives, and I've made my music that has glorified doing things like glorified, but it's not really like glorifying to me though. It's more like I'm just painting out what I've been through and stuff. And so
I think that's what it is for a lot of people, though.
Yeah, and that is
media
right.
Just makes it glorified.
Right, and yeah, so it's like I feel like once I've got that over with to an extent, and I'm, because we've been through a lot. I know we all have been through a lot here, and the hardest, like craziest part probably is over as far as the anguish goes, So like painting that out is crucial. But then once that's over, I've been making music where I don't even swear in it, and I'm not even thinking about that I don't want to swear. Like it's just coming out that way, and it's beautiful because I'm not thinking about it, and I'm in the studio, and it's like what I'm trying to say is coming out of me in such a fluent way, I guess. The fluidity, it's just like it's insane. And I think back to when I heard like Santana say something like he felt like it's supernatural when he's in the studio, you know, like he has a spirit with him or whatever. I really feel like that's a common thing, you know, with artists. And I really feel like when I'm in the studio, if I lock in enough, I can just have God just help me paint that out exactly how I want it without me even thinking about it. Because that's what freestyling really is. You're not even thinking. That's what it is to me. I'm not even thinking. I'm literally just like letting God speak through me. That's literally what it is. Like, I swear to, like, that's what it is. Like, and a lot of times those freestyles, you'll say it more accurate and vivid than you ever would be able to if you wrote it. And yeah, it's wild.
I want to ask you about
it definitely sounds different when you're reading it off of a prompt.
That too.
Like
That too.
If you're reading it off your
That's
phone or
another
like
thing.
notebook or whatever, it's gonna sound different.
That's what I was gonna ask you about the studio though. Kind of walk us through like when you make a song, because I've seen it where I think you just kind of freestyle all your lyrics, right? Or do you write anything?
A lot of them, like 80% of them that are going to come out and have come out in the past 2 years are free. Like, actually, you know what? Since 2016, I actually only would freestyle stuff in 2016 and just try to get takes. A lot of times what I do is this. I'll sit down, I'll take the beat, and I'll listen to it out loud maybe. Rarely I'll do that, but usually I'll just sit down and put it in the DAW in the program. I'll listen to it and I'll freestyle without my voice even warmed up or anything a lot of times, and I'll freestyle. And I might not like that first freestyle all the way through, but there might be a glimpse of something in there for sure. A lot of times. And so I might take that in my head, go off, do another freestyle. That one I might get a whole verse out of. I might get a whole chorus out of that. And
It's an interesting way to do it.
yeah, and I do that a lot. And the other like 20% though, I will sit down and write. I love to sit down and do that sometimes too with certain ones. Like, I released a song on Valentine's Day last year called I Love You. I wrote that one. I sat down and wrote that, actually, most of it. There's Waves. Actually, Waves, a rock one I released in March 13th, I believe. That one, I sat down and I wrote that one. But besides that, Shine, I freestyled that one out, and yeah, you'll get
Shine bangs too.
Shine's pretty good.
Yeah, much love, much love. I really am fascinated by it, to be honest. It actually like makes me wonder, like it gives me questions, because a lot of other artists have that same testimony. They do, where they don't like really have, they feel like there's a flow state you get into. And when you get really into that flow state, it feels supernatural. It really does, and it's hard to match that same feeling any other way. It's really a unique, pointed out way of like, it's really an addiction. You get addicted to that, and it's beautiful to be addicted to that, because you're literally bleeding your emotions out, and other people can connect to that, and they can know, you know, we're actually a lot more alike than we like to admit, you know, and we all are a lot more unique than we like to admit too, but seriously, it's really something, man. It's really something.
Now, when you freestyle, and you said you like do one take and you're like just right off the bat, and you find a snippet you like, do you cut that, or do you like say those are the bars I'm going to use and then re-record it on the next part?
probably re-records
Sometimes I'll keep it because it's so raw. I know I can't do it that same way.
Okay.
I swear, bro.
Right,
I'll feel it. Like, I feel like it's my intuition will just be like, all right, you can't. I just did that with the song. The first bar of it, I just kept it, and there was a pause in between where the second bar came in. But I was like, I can't. I have to keep that because that was so raw. I don't know how I could, because I tried to copy it. Yeah. I'll keep that take, and I'll try to. I'm like, how did I make my voice? And then I'll be able to figure it out, you know, over time. But like right in the moment, if I can't copy that, then
keep it in
yeah,
there.
because I know I will. Like if I sit down and, you know, but because it's important, I guess, to be able to do everything you do in the studio live. I know that is a fact. I do like when bands, though, take a song they did in the studio and they change it a little bit. I do like that. Like Kendrick Lamar, I remember watching him on Jimmy Kimmel or something, and he changed his song a little bit, and I actually liked it. You know, like the melody might have been a little bit. I don't think it was a different key, but it was actually the rhythm or something was slowed down, but I remember distinctly that I liked the change up, you know.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't like that. They like to hear the studio version.
Right.
Right. But I wonder if
They're familiar with it all.
Yeah, the exact, which is cool. I agree with that too. I feel like it might be an artist thing.
Like, you're just kind of changing your art a bit because you made it, and you're like, I'm just gonna do this little thing that I think didn't work well for like the studio release, but like I want to try it here for you guys.
Yeah, like you say it a different way, or like a lot of times I like it when guitar players will innovate, or like they might do the solo a little different, but it's in the same key or whatever, just to show. Like Randy Rhoads is one of those legend guitar player. If you don't know, he's rest in peace, you know, rest his soul, God rest his soul. But yeah,
so you make hip hop and rap, and we have a lot of that music on the station CW Hip Hop. Yep, I want to get to that one too. Hold on. You also do a rock band, correct? I think it's called Proper Delinquents.
Yes, I haven't played with them in a little bit. Actually, we did a show on 420 actually,
I remember you sharing that with
at
us.
Proper Delinquents, and it was actually awesome. I loved it. It was a good time actually. Prizm was there.
Yep.
Yes, which was cool.
Came out and
It was
represented for
awesome
us.
seeing
He is
him.
also in
Yes.
the room.
Yes. Yeah, so that was cool. It was a good turnout. I mean, and it was good too. I love performing. I haven't performed a lot, but I love it, and I am really excited
How
to
many
see.
times have you performed?
Yeah.
I have performed like 4 times
Okay.
in my whole life. Not a lot, but I remember. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, what X was it? Was it the rock? Was it the hip hop? Like, did you do just all 4 acts in one band or one alias of?
We actually did on all 4 of them. So in high school actually.
Oh, okay.
So in 8th grade I performed, and
Hip hop?
Yes,
Okay.
it was
Okay.
hip hop. In 8th grade I performed. I remember that distinctly. In sophomore year there was a talent show again. I performed. That was cool. It's cool. It's even though it's like not 2,000 people, whatever. It's the whole auditorium. So you're going in front of the whole auditorium, and it's like 100, 200 people. So it's not crazy, but those are my first 2.
It's still a lot of people, man.
And then
Better than like other artists that start off at like Denny's and stuff, and they got like 10 people eating their breakfast while they're fucking listening to him rap.
yeah, I
It's
know.
way better than
no,
that.
I hear you for sure. Yeah. Well, then this performance that we did at Lil Devil's,
Mm-hmm.
there was probably there wasn't that many people. There was like 35, 40 people, but still to perform and get out there and really do it, it felt really good. There's another performance I did where there was it was an acoustic performance where there was like 20 people or something, but those I'm not really proud. I'm proud of it as far as the fact that when I went out there, I gave it my all though, and I performed like if I didn't touch some people's souls, then I was gonna die. Like that's like, I know that, and I've seen like Travis Scott videos where he's performing to like 100 people or like 200, and then you see his glow up over the years of how many people he's performing to now, and it's really inspiring. So yeah, I mean, I want to get in front of people a lot more, and with COVID opening up now, it's actually really exciting to see all the people that are performing, because I can't
wait.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we just bought some equipment for doing like mics, just a simple PA system, so we can do some sort of performance. We want to be able to
We
get
can
like,
literally host the whole thing.
the whole thing. Yeah, we just need an outlet and a place to do it. And then I got the board, I got everything. We need just
Speaker,
the artist.
mics, everything.
Yeah, everything. It's
Yeah.
good to go. So we're gonna get more performances going here. We want to
Yeah.
promote more here. We'll definitely try and get some shows in Wausau area, invite you down so that way you can do your show, because I'm excited to see you live. I haven't yet, but I really want to. Yeah, we're getting in now that COVID's over and kind of closing down. We're going to be doing a lot more live events with more artists.
Yes, sweet. Yeah, I've actually recently been playing with some artists too. There's some artists that my dad knows that I've been playing with, and I've been playing out at his garage and stuff, and we'll have people come there. We'll invite people over and stuff. So I guess you can consider those little shows.
I mean, yeah.
And
consider it.
and another performance I did too is with the Proper Delinquents. We did we did like 3 basement shows, and they were actually like there was like 20 people there, but it was actually
Still
pretty
show.
cool. It was awesome. No, it was a small basement and stuff, and
Nice.
Those are actually pretty cool,
It
though.
sounds like fun.
I will never forget those times.
Speaking of underground,
Speaking of underground.
yeah, being in a
Yes.
being in a bass.
Yes.
Yes,
Speaking
indeed.
of underground.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, we kind of got a lot of like how you started music and what kind of music you make. I'm gonna pass it over to Ty.
Yeah, I just want to, next question I got for you is just, what kind of passions do you have outside of music? What kind of things do you enjoy doing outside of music and, in your daily basis, every week, every month? Do you have like habits or things that just keep you going that aren't music related?
I've really, lately, within the past year and a half, 2 years, I've really been trying to focus on balancing my life out in the right way, because I've always been somebody that hates routine and doesn't like consistency too much. Like I don't like routine too much. Like I like to be super spontaneous, and I'll like procrastinate a lot. But within these past 2 years, I've really cut that out a lot, and I'm continuing to, and I'm looking to do that, as well as just be more of my word, be more all this. So I guess what I like to do though, some of my hobbies though, I really love making music. That's my number.
Outside
that's
of
like
music.
that's no, of course. I was just gonna say that's
We'll
my
order them. So music's obviously your number
yeah,
one.
that's my number one. I was just gonna list that.
Yep,
my
yep.
number one. I love to hang out with my girlfriend. I love to hang out with my family so much. Like my family and my girl are, they mean the world to me, and that is where I spend most of my time now. And it feels good, dialing it back and not like when I was younger, I was on fire in a different way. Now I'm on fire with ambition. Like I used to be on fire with FOMO, and I would just go to all these parties, and like I would force myself to
fear of missing out.
freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would like
bad.
force myself to freestyle at parties and stuff. That's one thing that I love to do. I would show up at any party, like big, like or whatever, like, and just find a pocket and like freestyle, like figure it out, like so I can be in front of as many people. And I'd FOMO. Yeah.
For people that are listening that don't know what FOMO means, it's fear of missing out. So
Yeah, I had FOMO,
Yeah.
and I was being a young kid.
And
you
honestly,
know,
I think FOMO, fear of missing out, is a big problem a lot of people have.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's if you're always fearing about what you're missing out on, you're not going to see what's in front of you.
Mhm.
What with the opportunity you
Yeah.
have on your plate,
That's true.
you're going to be thinking about the opportunity that I'm going to be missing out on this, but yet while you're thinking about missing out on that, you're missing out on what you're supposed to be doing in the moment.
Like you're saying, family and friends and all that. Like
Yeah.
you're going to the parties and
Yeah.
hanging out with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't see how much they really, in those moments, I really didn't see how much they loved me and how much they wanted to spend time with me, because, and that's a common thing, as you're young, but I'm so glad that I jumped out of that at a young age, and I can hang out with my uncle who's really old, and he's really doing bad right now, but I want to hang out with all my elders and everybody that really
I feel that.
has been trying to spend time with me, that I've been young, just out doing my thing, and it's cool to get out of that reckless, at a young age, like, so I'm not super caught up and like stuck in a arrogant, like ignorant mind state that's only gonna dig me a further hole of self-destruction. I can't thank God enough for that, to be honest, he's given me insight, on finding out what I need to do. Like, what do I need to do? He speaks to you through your intuition, and I can't thank him enough for getting out of that, because I really prayed a lot for waking up, being able to wake up and have ambition to do all the things that I never wanted to do before. Like I never wanted to market myself before. All I wanted to do was get on the mic. That's all I wanted to do. But now I have the inspiration to actually like sit down and do all the meticulous things. Sit down and like edit my music videos and chop them up, and then maybe send them to somebody to put effects on them or whatever. Like do all the little things, email all the blogs, do the extra promotion on the music, and get all the content lined up and ready to go beforehand. Be more planned out, and I never had that before, and I know that that's not on me. That's not. I didn't do that. I know I didn't, and that's nobody can tell me other than that. It's just, it's crazy. Like we said before, like life is a trip, and we all have a purpose. We do. We all, you might not see it in the moment. You really might not. You might not think you have a purpose, but you do, and we all are here for a reason, and I know we all met for a reason, and everybody that's listening in is listening in for a reason too. Like I don't believe in coincidences. So
I think these are good conversations, even just having local artists kind of talking about who they are. One thing I wanted to do with CWHipHop was build connection within Wisconsin through hip hop, and this is a great format for it. We can just kind of talk. People can listen, get new perspectives in. Yeah. You kind of mentioned branding and marketing, and we talked about it on the live show. Your hair is one of the first things most people notice. Yeah. How long did it take to grow the mane you got?
Yeah, it took a long time. I mean, if I would have trimmed it, I never have trimmed it. It's been since, like I said, November of 2013. Yeah, it is. Yeah, 7 or 8 years or whatever. I haven't trimmed it once. If I had trimmed it, it would be longer. Because I guess that helps it grow. I don't know. Okay. I guess it helps it get more nutrients or some shit. But
I think that's the same thing with like facial hair.
Wait, what?
I think that's the same thing with like facial hair.
Hey, that would make sense.
Okay.
I heard that if you shave more,
you
hair grows
shave,
faster.
it grows faster.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's getting super long. I actually want to trim it soon, but I want to do like one last like crazy music video before I trim a little off. Just cause like it's been how many years? I'm coming right out the jungle, bro. Like I don't know. I don't got to do anything with that. But, like, I guess I got to just follow my intuition. And it's been telling me to cut my hair a little bit. Just because, like, the split ends and shit, you know.
9 years, 10 or 8 years.
Yeah.
Almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years.
It's been long.
In November, it'll be 8 years.
Yeah. That's a long time to keep your hair, dude. I get crazy after a month. Like,
yeah.
I can't do it.
That's one thing that's...
I don't know. When I start getting longer hair, it really kind of grows on me, figuratively and literally. Like I'll start to be like, damn, this is a lot of maintenance. Like it's all over the fucking place. But then it's like, damn, it kind of looks all right though.
Yeah, for real. No, it's actually really crazy because you would think it'd be super hot, and I wouldn't be able to put up with that aspect as well as putting up with it, of course, But honestly, maybe it's really, everybody has their own thing, I think, and it really isn't too hot for me. I'll be roofing or whatever, and I can roof with it or like work out in the heat or whatever. I remember I'd play football too, and
your body adapts to it.
Yeah, it is crazy how adaptive we are as humans, seriously. And then
and like even like one thing that I'm starting to have a problem with is pushing the hair out of my face. Like
yeah,
sometimes my eye.
Yeah.
It's like you get used to it. Yeah. At some point it just becomes a habit, and it's like doesn't matter anymore that it's happening.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a stage though. That stage, that afro stage, when you grow your hair out, if you have thick hair, there's like an afro stage you have to go through, and that, I was a freshman in high school when I went through that, and that was, everybody was giving me shit like, cut your hair. No, it's all good. Like it wasn't like oh you're a fuck or nothing. No, it was just like cut your hair, like cut your hair.
like
school, you're a schmuck.
They come up to you, yo, cut your fucking hair. Like they're mad at you for it or something. Just cut it, dude.
It affects them.
Fucking cut it. It's pissing me off every
day.
It
would piss. It would actually piss some people off because like they're
dumb.
Like they didn't believe. No, like it's kind of interesting because it parallels how people don't see the vision. They didn't see the vision with my hair either, and I was like, I actually had this chick at a party bet me like $40.
Did you get the $40?
No, I never did.
What was the bet?
It was $40. Her name's Schaefer Peterson.
We're putting her on blast.
Yeah, I swear to God. Shit. No, she owes me like some money because.
Yo, what's that with interest though?
Yeah, how long ago was this shit? I forget what the bet actually was, but it was like it wouldn't come down. Oh. She thought that it would never come down. It would just be a straight afro. She was dead set on that, and she was like sober too, I think, at the moment too. I'm almost positive she was dead sober. We were just getting there, and she's like, I swear that, like, we were in a group. There's like 10 people around. She's like, that ain't gonna grow, or that ain't growing.
We have 10 witnesses then, so you definitely should be getting your money. You got PayPal and Cash App and shit,
like
right?
$100.
I'm down bad. I need that money.
Yeah, right. Hey, you made a bet with me in like 2007. Yo, you bet we better fucking.
Like what? Yeah. So.
I mean, I just want to know another thing. Like, where do you want your music to take you? What do you see in the future? You know, how do you want your music to affect the next generation?
Yeah, and I've heard you say the number 5 years.
Yeah. I really want people to understand that you gotta go through a lot if you really want to find yourself, and it's not gonna be easy at all. But if you gotta dig deep, and I want my music to be there for people when they don't think that they can go any farther, or they don't think that relationship is working out or whatever. They gotta figure something out when it's hard, you know, when times are hard. Connect, you know, because I really have been through a lot, and I want to help people get through things, and I see it. I really see it taking me wherever. However much work I put in, however much I really put in, and however far God wants it to go, it'll go. Cause like I really just want to help people one person at a time. To be honest, I don't expect to be Michael Jackson or nothing.
Gotta have goals.
Right. No, I do have goals. That's the thing though. That is the thing though. And that's what I'm getting better at. I used to not be that good at goals, but within this last year, I've been getting really good with focusing on my life. And actually, I bought a self-authoring program through this guy named, I actually look up to him. His name's Jordan Peterson.
I know.
Yeah, he's actually pretty cool. I bought his self-authoring program where it writes about you write about your past, and you write about your future and where you want to go in depth. And it actually, when people have done it in universities, it's improved their graduation rate by an enormous amount, like, because it helps you focus what you want and what you need. Like, you dissect that, and not a lot of people sit down. I don't know if a lot of people do that, sit down and like write down what they feel and what they're doing, because that really is a lot different than just sitting and thinking.
I do want to say, I'm going to be talking to Mason and Ty about this a bit, but it was something at my work they had sent out an email, is talking about your personal brand and like, what do you have to offer? How would you describe your, I think it was like yourself, and then what issues do others see in you, and how do you help that towards your mission? Like, you're writing basically your definition. So I started off Jacob Heimrel, and then I had like 3.
Damn, just putting your whole name out there.
Yeah, dude, whatever. At this point, my picture's all over the thing. So I mean, what's a name? Don't add me on anything, but
it will be declined.
It will be declined. I don't know you. But yeah, so basically it was just like my name. It was just 3 simple things of like what I have to offer, what I want to do, and then how I'm going to stay on that course, and like any obstacles I see to help me on that thing. So it kind of reminded me of what you were saying there, of just kind of writing down who you are and where you want to go and where you've been. And I think seeing that in writing definitely changes a lot than just like thinking about it. Like, I mean, I think about where I want to go, but seeing it in writing changes it.
I get the whole writing thing, but I think what I do with my, you know, what you guys are talking about, you know, getting your goals and like focusing and dissecting, you know, what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, what needs to be fixed. I speak it instead of saying it, or instead of writing it down or thinking.
That works
I like
too.
to speak it, because not only does it help me remember it. Most of the time I'm either streaming or recording my voice anyway, so then I also have like, I can always go back and listen to it. But it also kind of solidifies and manifests it in my brain. When I speak something, I'm also seeing it at the same time in my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it almost, I feel like it helps manifest it for sure. And I'm putting my words into the universe as well at the same time.
Yeah.
Like then the universe itself, I know it sounds dumb, is hearing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're using your own. That's like a gift you have.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a cool, like, because I don't know if a lot of people can do that. That's like maybe like a type of gift, such as picture memory type thing. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have that, but that's actually cool. It's like freestyling songs too, you know? Like, some people like to do, you know, like, it's preferences, I guess, but that one is a good gift.
Yeah, I think as long as you are doing something actively to move yourself in a way, or position yourself in a way that you want to move forward, whether it's speaking it or writing it or having an AI do it, putting it out there. I think if you think something, you can manifest it. There's a bit of a power there with it. Speaking it is a little more intense with it, and putting it out there in the universe. Writing, I think, would be like between the two there. But yeah, just even putting it out there, you can do a lot with that. I know Ty and Mason have really taught me manifestation, or yeah,
However you want to say it. Yeah.
Manifest destiny.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking
kinda,
of. Yeah, like that is real.
Oh,
that's
so
what I
weird.
first
It's a big
I
thing.
first
It's a big
released
thing.
my first songs on Spotify. I made like a little record label. I called it Manifest Destiny. And when I made
Hey,
it,
that's us.
when I made it, I don't
Copyrighted.
want it. I don't want any, like, you can have it, and it's actually a really good name, but I came up with something I love more. But the thing is I would think back to history when I was in history class, because we would talk about the Manifest Destiny, but I was like, you know what? Like, that actually, Manifest Destiny, that is what I talk about, like, when I'm saying what I really want to do. I want to bring my vision to fruition and manifest my destiny. Like, that's so, like, I was like, okay, that summarizes up a lot of what I was saying. Like, I remember I would say that to my friends a lot, and like when they would ask me what I'm trying to do, in 2017, I would say that I'm trying to bring my vision to like fruition. And yeah,
I guess I have one last question. If Ty, you want to ask one more. You're kind of speaking on like what your purpose is with the things there. I want to ask you about your blurry pictures on social media, just because
Instagram
Yeah.
deep
the
dive.
the Instagram deep dive segment here. I see them. They catch my eye. Like, they are definitely working for like bringing attention to your social media. I just kind of want to hear from you, like, one, where did you get the idea for like the blurry pictures of things? What is your purpose with it, and like drawing attention
just
to
aesthetic?
it? Yeah.
Is
Is
it
it just a thing you started doing one day, or like
Do you just
kinda...
like how it looks, or like?
bro. To be honest, like, what do you mean though? Like, my
On your
Okay,
Instagram
no.
stories,
On your story.
on your Instagram stories,
Yeah,
a lot
on
of
your
the time
stories
there's
or
like
Snapchat. I see it on
random,
Snapchat too.
like there's either it'll
Oh,
show like
I
a
know what
verse
you
or a
mean.
poem
I know
or
what
like
you
a
mean.
tree.
Okay,
or,
look, I got two phones, right?
Okay.
And so one of them.
Okay, Kevin Gates.
I
one
got
of 'em-
two
No, I'm not
phones.
kidding.
I'm gonna
No,
vlog
this
and
one,
vlog
this
and
one phone that I have. It
camera's fucked
doesn't.
up, isn't
No,
it?
it is, but it's. I bought it for like $70. Because my aunt had this phone she wanted to get rid of, and it's actually a good phone. Like, it was like brand new and shit.
Yeah.
And so I get it, right? And I'm using it, and I start to try to take pictures. I'm like, no, come on. Like, the camera's messed up. I don't know what it is. If I gotta, like, I didn't look into it or much, like, look at the lens, but I just know. I just kept posting pictures, though. So I did that. I had that phone for a couple weeks, and then I got this other phone. So I just keep both phones, and then when I lose a phone, I just bring the other one.
You lose your. When do you?
I'll-
Wait, how many
I'll
times?
lose-
Okay, another question.
Yo, when
how
you
many
got
times
two,
a
how
week
do
do you
you
lose
crack
your
them up?
phone? That's a good question right there. I need to know this
Bro.
because you're telling me not once have I ever left the room and I'm like, oh shit, I lost my phone. Now that shit's on me.
Bro, I swear. Okay,
That's
you can
crazy
ask.
to me.
You can ask people around me. I've literally went through a lot of phones in the past like 5 years.
Bro, how though?
Well, like, yeah.
He's living life.
Do you just
man.
like leave it
Yeah,
somewhere?
yeah,
drop
you
it?
leave it in leave it in somebody's car that you never knew before, or like.
What?
yeah.
Okay, why are you in
We're just
somebody else's
gonna
car?
skip over that part. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You can keep going.
God. Oh
Like,
god.
there's a lot of like, yeah, there's just stupid, like, just, or at a party, somebody stole it, like,
Those bastards.
yeah, or, like, you get beat up, like, and somebody literally you get jumped, like, yeah, I got jumped one time, and my phone got taken out. Thank God, like, yeah.
Just the phone.
That was a
loss,
bad
yeah.
situation. I actually wanted to tell that story in an interview, like, where I'm thankful to be alive, to be honest.
Tell you what.
Hell yeah.
We'll have you
But,
back and you can share that story.
That'll
next time.
be a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
How
we'll
about
leave that one. So next time we have
Yeah,
Zilla,
yeah,
you got to
yeah.
tune in for that one.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you wanted to ask, Ty? Otherwise,
No,
I got some
think-
closing things we
I think
can go
we're
over.
good. I think we can definitely do some closing. That was definitely a pretty
That was a
good
great
interview.
podcast.
So,
I
yeah,
loved it.
Yeah.
So if you want to do some closing, let's go ahead and do some closing.
Yeah, first thing-
we should give him some time to promo, of course.
Yeah. Let me do the real quick thing here. Patreon, if you want to support us, we do have our Patreon. We do have a Patreon member right now, Tracy Adamozini. We appreciate your donation each month.
Tracy.
What's up,
Tracy?
So if you
What's
want to join
up?
that list, we'll start shouting them out more. We want to add it on the live show and podcast, so we'll be getting that more into schedule for it. You can check out the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, SoundCloud, We have a graphic of where everything is.
Pretty much every single day on CW Hip Hop as well. They
Yep.
replay. So
They replay there. We're going to be changing this structure for everything to make it a little more convenient and all that. So make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
To stay
at
updated
CW
with
Hip Hop
that,
to
yeah.
stay up to date. We're going to be making a lot of changes here. I know.
And Snapchat.
And Snapchat now, too. Yep. I think we have a TikTok. We
yeah,
have a
we
Reddit.
do have a
Yeah.
TikTok, unfortunately. Yeah, we do. We don't really post there though.
No, we're working on it.
I gotta get. Yeah, there's too much shit on my plate to post on TikTok right now.
Dude, I feel that.
I gotta get a lot of shit done before that happens.
So make sure you follow us everywhere. Thank you guys for tuning in on the live show here or wherever you stream it. We do appreciate every listen you have. You can follow me on Instagram at bvnc9to5. Garke, where can the listener find you at?
You can follow me pretty much on any platform, just at Garke. Otherwise, on Instagram, more specifically, it's GARKEGAINZ. So just Garke Gaines. What about you, Zil? Where can they find you?
On Instagram, ZILBRO, Zilbro. And on there, I actually have a link tree, or it's not a link tree. It is another company.
Instagram bio,
Is
maybe?
it like a solo thing?
We have a solo
I
TO
actually
Instagram bio,
I actually used
Linktree.
a company they call Tone Den.
Okay.
But yeah, I like their thing. I like
Same
Linktree too.
concept,
Linktree is
Linktree,
cool. Yeah, it's the same thing except
Yeah.
I found that one first. So.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah, and that has all my stuff on it, as YouTube, as it actually has my Instagram at
It's
the
in your
bottom
Instagram
again.
bio,
Yeah,
and
no,
it has.
bro, it
that's
has my, because I do that on all my songs and stuff too. Whenever I make like a landing page or anything, I put my Instagram at the bottom, so I think it's stuck there. But I have all my all platforms and everything on there, and then YouTube, everything.
So for the listener, they should go follow you because what do you got coming up here?
I got actually a song on July 4th coming out called Blood with the music video. Seabiscuit is editing the music video.
okay,
I went
okay.
down to Madison actually and shot with him, which was an awesome
I think I
experience.
saw your
Some
Snapchat story.
Instagram.
Yeah,
I saw an
yeah,
Instagram
I'll
post of
be-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's promote that one soon. It's gonna be coming up on the 2-week mark, so that's when I start. Like, that's a good
Good start to pushing it. Yeah.
So we'll start to push that, and then after that, I wanna really make it a point to release like 2 songs a month, and then maybe if I can get a music video out a month, I'm gonna try to do it. Cause
It's a good idea.
Yeah, and then I have that rock album I'm working on really
yep.
hard, so I'm gonna trickle in that on Instagram. So yeah, ZILBRO on Instagram. So
If you like music, period, go listen to Zil because he's all over the board with genres. You're bound to find something that you'll vibe with. I guarantee it.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in. We do appreciate you making it down. We're going to be back next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Yep.
No interview, but we're going to be right back on with a bunch of artists. I know we have a ton of them.
Oh yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate all the artists coming in. We're excited to get you back in after that first one. 6 months ago now? It was only 6 months ago. Dude, it's crazy.
It's
6
been
months.
crazy, bro.
A lot's
Yeah.
changed since you were
Hell
on
yeah.
the
A
first
lot
time.
can change
Yeah.
in just a year's time. It's insane.
seriously, thank you for having me.
Thanks for
Seriously.
coming.
you're always
bro.
welcome, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you go follow us everywhere. We appreciate you guys listening in this week. We'll be back again. Peace.
Peace.
Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for listening. Peace.